What's going on, guys? It's Frager here again, and today we're going to be turning this desert into a city. But before we get into that, I can see in my analytics that around 67% of you watching this video right now are not actually subscribed to me. So if you are part of that 67%, then do not forget to hit that subscribe button down below with notifications turned on so that you can be notified exactly when I upload. And if you guys want to interact with me outside of YouTube, then do not forget to join my Discord server linked down in the description below, or you can follow me on Twitter, also linked down in the description. But anyway, let's get right into this build. So in part 1 of this build, we are going to be doing some terraforming here, mostly around this oasis, and we're also going to be doing a little bit of terraforming around these rivers. And then we'll be building up a seawall all the way along this coastline here and even down the rivers. Next, we'll be building up a small dock area down here in the ocean. And then finally, we will be planning and building up a couple of houses here in this main part of the city. Alright, so starting out with the terraforming here, like I said, we will be mostly focusing on this oasis here and the rivers. Now what I wanted to do with this oasis is I wanted to bring it up a little bit further to make it a little more even with the terrain around it. And I also wanted to bring up the land here that was a little bit closer to the ocean to make it a little more level with the rest of the surrounding terrain. And then moving on to the rivers here, you can probably already guess what I'm going to do here, and I'm going to make these rivers a little bit deeper than they are right now. And of course I'm going to smooth the terrain a little bit to make it a little less harsh. But we will be adding a seawall to these rivers next. Alright, now moving on to building up these seawalls, we are going to start here out by the ocean and then move along the coast. And then once we are done with building up the seawalls, we will fill in this back part here with more sand. Alright, now for the dock area here, I decided to have this small structure here protrude out from the seawall and then come out into the ocean a little ways. I did add a staircase here so that you can get from the main part of the city down to the docks, and then I decided that one side would be for smaller boats and the other side would be for bigger boats. So I built up this dock area here for the smaller boats, and then for this other side I just built up this big boat here. Alright, so for building up these houses here, of course we're going to start out with planning, and for the planning I used gray concrete for the pathways and I used red concrete for the houses. And then it's time to start building up these houses. And for these houses, I decided to go with a design that is very similar to the desert city that I was building up in my Frager Builds world. And I think this style of desert houses looks very good, it's very simple, and it's actually not that difficult or time consuming to build. Alright guys, so that's gonna do it for this part of our Desert City build because I have already put way too much time into this episode. So if you did enjoy this episode, do not forget to hit that like and subscribe button down below with notifications turned on so that you can be notified exactly when I post the next episode. And if you guys want to interact with me outside of YouTube, then do not forget to join my Discord server linked down in the description below, or you can also follow me on Twitter, also linked in the description. But anyway, I'm gonna let you guys go, so I'll see you guys next time.